Okay, so what's up, people? We're here in our garden right now, in our tomatoes, and they're just getting ready to have flowers. And later on, we will have fruits at last. All right.
Alright, so these right here, we have different varieties of tomatoes. I think they call Cherokee Purple or something like that. We got them from Fedco, which I appreciated. Fedco had a lot of good seeds and a lot of them germinated, non-GMO seeds, if you're interested in that. But with these tomato plants, they seem like they're pretty prolific. If you do grow tomato plants, I would recommend spacing them out. I might have actually, maybe I might have spaced them a little bit too far. I'm not sure yet. Too close together. But you want a lot of airflow to go through it, because if you don't have a lot of airflow, you'll get a lot of disease and pests. So,
Yeah, so one thing too, when they want to have a garden, right, like a small garden like ours, and they want to be healthy because they want to have an organic type of plants like this, for example. So they should be careful with the seeds, where they get the seeds, because you know it's the reality that the GMO seeds are spreading, and it's basically the fact that GMO foods are not really good for our health.
yeah, and another thing too, if you're doing tomato plants, I don't know if you guys know this, but if you see this right here, this tomato plant, if you're trying to get more production out of your tomato plant, this right here is called a sucker.
Do you want me to go to you?
Yeah, okay, you have the main stem and you have the arm. And in between is, I believe it's called a sucker. So what you want to do, you want to just take this sucker, you want to tear this sucker off, like so. And what that'll do, that'll help it'll help the plant so it don't use wasted energy, and that it can help it to produce fruit, make flowers and things of that nature.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
and that's the sucker. That's between the arms.
All right.
Like here's another one. Here's another one. Like right here.
Where?
Right here. Now, if it has a flower, I mean, you can always leave it on, but see, you see the arm right here. It has an arm. It's the stem, and then it has the arm right here that I'm holding in my hand. Now, in between it, it has a sucker. A branch is going between the two. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tear that off.
Okay.
And you just repeat.
How about this one?
Yeah, so.
This is sucker.
Yeah, sucker. So I'm gonna tear that off. And this one right here, sucker. Right, so I'm gonna tear this off. See the arm?
Yeah.
That's the stem, that's the body, that's the arm, and that's the sucker.
Okay, perfect.
And I think it's also good too because it helps airflow. And it's not wasted energy. Just putting up leaves and no fruit.
Yep. So I think it's time to build trellises for these too. And later on we will upload a video on how we make our trellis by our own, because we don't really like to buy the trellises from the store because it just costs too much.
Yeah, because if you get a tomato cage per plant, like this is like 40 tomato plants, I think, or more. So if you get a tomato plant, so it could be $6 or $7 per plant, you're gonna wind up spending more money, and then plus
Yeah, exactly.
And then plus it's just
especially when you get a whole bunch of tomatoes.
Yeah.
Like maybe 20, and then just imagine that. How much was it? Like a cone, or how do you call that trellis that's
like
from the store?
It's like a cone shape, the one we was looking at.
Yeah, and it's like what, $10 each?
Yeah, at least at the minimum is $7.
Yeah, that's just too much.
Yeah, and then when it's time for you, like the end of the tomato season, you gotta store it. So you gotta put all these bulky items like somewhere in your garden or something like that to store. So we actually gonna build a trellis, and we'll show you guys how we do it. And it's like, I think it costs like $20 to do it, maybe $25 with it. It would basically trellis this whole line right here.
Yeah.
So just stay tuned, and we'll upload a video about that too.
All right.